Hi, I'm McToldridge and I run Player Show. How did I get into modified cars? Well, I spent my teenage years in Essex, so I had no choice. It was what everybody did, particularly in kind of Romford. You had the circuit. When we were 15, 16, we were in cars and we were messing about. And then as soon as you got your license, that was it. You got your first car. Mine was a Mark 1 Golf. You went out, you put wheels on it, you got involved, and back then it was totally different to what it is now. It's been with me 23 years now. With my first car being a Mark 1 Golf, straight away I got bitten by the VW bug. I think I had a VW all the way through my teenage years. I had Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts as well, but I always sort of went back to VWs. Back then it was very much a cruise scene, which was great, but as I kind of got more into the VWs, it was more about show cars and taking cars to shows. And then sort of fast forward 10 years of just going to various events, various car shows. I went to a big event in Austria called Wörthersee, which is a huge VW event, sort of held around a massive lake that spans like sort of 3 weeks of every summer. And literally I was drinking in a bar with a friend of mine, and we just decided that we needed to put a show together. And that was 11 years ago. And we just sort of sat there and we were just kind of spitballing about what was good about shows, what was shit about shows. Our first idea was to run a kind of gumball event, but for VWs. Thankfully we didn't do that. That would have been in like May or June of that year. And by the end of August, we'd had our first show. We basically came back, found the venue and just put it on. There was no money in it whatsoever at the time. And it was purely just to get everybody together, like-minded enthusiasts. And it was purely VW based, but because of other stuff that I liked, because at the time I had a Mazda RX-7 as well, I wanted to bring a few other sort of cool cars in, and that was kind of what made it a little bit different. And then that, yeah, it's 11 years ago, and from there it's just spiraled. So from the first show, which was mainly VW based, held at North Weald, we filled a hangar full of cars. Everybody had kind of really sort of enjoyed the day, and it was a little bit different because there was obviously 90% VWs, but scattered in amongst these was some other cool stuff. Back then it was called VW Players, and we decided to lose the VW. VW and Ford are probably the only sort of marques that have got sort of specific shows directly for them, and they're very well attended. And we decided, well, we don't want to do that. We want to do something different. We want to create a different vibe. We want to get everybody together. And then we just concentrated on making it a little bit different. We were quite well known in the VW scene, myself and Carl, for building sort of outlandish cars. Kind of played on that, and we decided to just bring everything together. But what we wanted to do was have it so that everybody knew what type of car would get into the show without us ever writing it down. We never said, oh, your car has got to look like this, or it's got to look like that. So this was at the start of the, dare I say, it's stance era, when everybody was like, your car's got a certain amount of camber, it's got to be as low as you can. And we were very lucky that through our friendships, we got great association with two of the most important brands in the aftermarket industry now, which is Rotorform wheels and airlift suspension. And this is back when airlift wasn't a big name over here, and people were like at home making air kits for their cars, which was sketchy as fuck. And these guys were building bolt-on kits, and we were lucky that we got association with these guys early doors. And also we were the first people who ever brought a set of Rotorform wheels over. This is when Rotorform first started back in 2009, I think. Obviously now everybody knows them and airlift, and it's kind of like a joke that all you need to do to build a show car is have airlift and Rotorform in your car. We got the opportunity to build some crazy cars, and we went on and we built some RS4s in stupid colours on air, and it worked for us. It got us noticed, and it just grew the show. And every year since 2007, the first show was, it's grown. just continually grown and grown and grown. And we gradually outgrew the one hangar, and then it was 2 hangars, then it was 2 hangars plus this, and it just spiraled till we took over pretty much half of North Weald Airfield. I decided that we needed to kind of elevate the game. You know, everybody can get a field, put a show on. It's not the most difficult thing to do. But I wanted to sort of take it to a higher level where people would never think you'd be able to get a show there. So for me, it was like, right, well, I'm going to try Goodwood, because everybody's got this opinion of Goodwood Motor Circuit that it's, you know, old boys wearing tweed, driving around in their Rolls Royce. And they're right, that's exactly what it was. But again, by a bit of persistence and kind of selling the guy the dream, we managed to get an in there to put on the first ever modified car show at Goodwood. And the problem is, when you use the word modified to people who aren't into the scene, it just sets alarm bells ringing. And they're like, shit, I don't want these guys coming down doing burnouts and just causing havoc. And we had to sit the guy down, and we had to show him videos of what we'd already done and say, look, that's not our scene. These kids spend, you know, what they should be spending on a house deposit on their car. You know, they're not boy racers. They live a lifestyle that is based around their cars. They go to shows. That's all they do. Their girlfriends go with them. The girls are building cars now. You know, it's an automotive lifestyle, for want of a better description. And from the first show, the guy said to me, you need to build this to become the festival of speed for your scene. And that's what we've done. This year will be our 6th year there, and we've expanded into 2 days now. We've got, you know, some of the best sponsors you can possibly have in airlift and rotor form. Monster have made a huge impact on what we do, because they open doors to get things that you'd never be able to get. You know, you want a guy driving a trophy truck doing jumps, yeah, they'll send you Casey Curry. You want a guy drifting, you know, taking people out, scaring the life out of them, they'll send you Bagsy. And we've been very lucky. These people have got behind us and allowed us to grow this into, you know, what we think is, you know, the pinnacle of car shows in the UK now. There's shows that have way more people that go to them, but they don't have the level of cars. Every car that is on show at Players Classic is handpicked by me and by Carl. We sit and we go through every car and we pick it. You know, it's a fantastic lifestyle now that these guys live. It's just what they want to do. We've been lucky to work with the people that we work with, and, you know, to be able to convince a place like Goodwood that you can have a modified car event there. We like to think that might have elevated people's opinion of the modified car scene. You know, for so many years, it gets a bad rep for just hanging out in, you know, shopping mall car parks and doing burnouts. And yeah, that happens, but that's not everybody who's into cars. You come to Players Classic and you'll see young families sitting around their cars, people just sitting, enjoying their day, and it's all around modified cars. And, you know, that didn't happen 10, 15 years ago. And I like to think that we've had a big impact on that. And, you know, in the wake of what we do, other shows have come along, and, you know, all the better for it, in my opinion. I think the modified car scene, certainly the side that we're involved in, is strong and healthy.